we're resuming the recording. I'm just sharing the screen again, just to explain today's session and what are the objectives of today's session. So Aakar Child Development Center is a group of professionals, majority of speech therapists, OT, special care, child psychologists, counselors, shadow teachers, started and founded almost a decade back in October 2009. This center has grown in and around Navi Mumbai, catering to over a few hundred of kids who come in and every day. This year we added a new feature where we added NIOS to open schooling, and we did a very good session where we spoke about the need of a child development center in school. So we had some footage from this session, and the idea, this was a session that we did in partnership with SIES college here in Navi Mumbai. The fact that when you all showed in great numbers, it was very encouraging. And believe me, one of the things before we even introduce is you're not alone in what we're doing here. For that, welcome and join your hands together to introduce our first speaker and the key guest of today, Dr. Rupa Srinivasan, one of the finest pediatricians in our city. Yes, someone who has been absolutely fabulous. You can look at the parents and the history and what they talk about her. Dr. Rupa Srinivasan is with Ummeed Child Development Center, a prestigious center here. And thank you so much, Rupa ma'am, for being with us on this session.
Thank you for such a warm invitation.
No, thank you. It is our pleasure. And again, join me in welcoming Dr. Chandralata Sharma. Dr. Chandralata, the founder, owner of Aakar Development Center, whose brainchild this is, a speech and language pathologist, and a wonderful, person for all of us who know her when our kids are going in our interaction. Dr. Chandralata, welcome this afternoon.
Yeah, hi Daud. Good afternoon. Very good afternoon to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So before we get started, Dr. Chandralata, why wouldn't you introduce just a little bit of Aakar and all of us?
Aakar has been with me almost. I founded Aakar in 2009 October, and Dr. Rupa was one of the doctors who had come to meet me in the beginning, and she had started in Nerul, and we almost started our careers together. I am so glad today she's with me, on a speaker mode. And I have always been trying to work hard very well for my kids and all the children in the center. We try introducing different kinds of features to help them out. And during this process of lockdown, I really wanted to help parents, make them understand about therapy, make them understand what kind of other options are available, make them speak to the very key persons who are there in our field, whom we're trying to rope in. And so this was a perfect opportunity to get Dr. Rupa on board. I would try to work more harder, more better for my kids from the center.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chandralata. I think, yes, we all, love the wonderful work that you're doing and will be there always. I know amidst the lockdown, parents having challenge. So this is a session where we ask a question. Dr. Rupa, welcome so much again. And I can't thank you for spending this time with us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Totally my pleasure. I think it's one of the best uses of a Friday afternoon. To be with parents.
Very true.
Absolutely.
Good afternoon. Yeah,
right. No, I think the floor is yours. People have come to hear you, Dr. Rupa. I think I will let Dr. Chandralata and you have a conversation with the questions we already thought the parents would ask, the ones that we framed about. Some parents have asked in. The floor is yours. We begin with you, Dr. Rupa, with a small introduction of what you're doing and currently how have you been engaging with the parents, what kind of challenges you face, and then we'll start asking some questions from my and Dr. Chandralata's end.
Sure. I think we are in unprecedented times. We are learning, facing new challenges every day. And I'm pretty sure the work at Aakar is, throwing up similar learnings and similar challenges each and every day. As you already introduced, I'm a developmental pediatrician. I have been in the field since 2005, so this is my 15th year now. And I've been working at Ummeed from the beginning. Currently, I head the clinical services at Ummeed, and I'm also the director of the developmental pediatrics unit over there. In the times of lockdown, it's been a privilege for us to be able to connect with families. to find ways to connect with them. And I'm saying it's a privilege because we've been let into homes through technology. We've got to see, where our families and children live, how some of the goals and plans that we set for them are being implemented. And it's been such a humbling and such a learning experience for us in the process, because nothing can ever compare to, seeing a child in the real life circumstances, to see how realistic, how relevant the plans and the goals that you made were for that particular family. We're also hearing some very heart-wrenching stories of difficulties that families are facing in these times. People are out of employment, are running short of food, essentials like medicines, and are literally sort of trapped in their own houses and buildings. But even in all of this, there is a silver lining. You get to hear all the wonderful things that people are doing within their houses to keep their children going, to keep their development going, and to keep themselves going. So as we go along today, I hope to learn from some more stories today. I hope to learn from everyone's experience today, and also share some of the stories that I've been hearing for the last month.
Thank you so much. Chandralata, you had some questions and you wanted to ask something around on behalf of all of us?
Yes, I'll start that with Daud. Ma'am,
can I request you to maybe stop screen share so that I can see everybody?
Perfect. Right now, done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ma'am, can you see me?
Yes, but it's a little dark. I don't know if it's related to my screen or it's for everyone.
No, Chandralata ma'am, you have to just tilt your screen a little.
Can you see me now?
I can see something, but I can't see you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. You're there.
Yes. Now I can.
Yes. Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am. Very, very warm welcome. This has been a pleasure to me, for having you on board. There have been plenty of questions by many parents over the years wanting me to ask you a number of questions. I think because of the lockdown, we've got this perfect opportunity to have you on board and have you ask these questions. Ma'am, I would want to know what a lot is being spent, a lot of the programs that I'm running through or I've been seeing the webinars, what I see mostly are into catering of parents, how to help them form a routine, how to help them form or make a kind of a normal day for the children around. What emotions do you feel goes through a child's mind during this lockdown period?
Right. Before I start, thank you for the question, Chandralata. Before I start, can I check with everyone what's their preferred language for this discussion today? Should we go on in English, or should it be a mix, English and Hindi, or should it be Hindi?
Okay, I will take them on the chats, or should I'll unmute everybody for a minute, ma'am, and then people can speak to you. Go ahead, ma'am. Everybody. Most of you unmuted.
Good with both and Hindi. English is fine.
English is fine. English and Hindi both are okay.
English and Hindi are both okay. Yes. So what I'll try and do is maybe use English, and where something is a little complex, maybe English will be okay for everyone. Both are okay, people are saying. Okay, all right. Sounds good.
Just a minute, ma'am. I'll just unmute everybody. So and I'll get you back on, ma'am.
Is everyone muted?
Yes, ma'am. I've muted most of them. I can see.
So I think, Chandralata, as far as the emotions of children are concerned, I mean, naturally, it would be some of the same emotions that all of us are going through. It's not a lot of fun to stay indoors all the time. I mean, you would do it gladly in this scorching heat had it been any other time. But because we don't have a choice, because we are being forced to be indoors, it makes it doubly harder. If there was no restriction, I'm sure majority of the people would prefer to stay indoors in this kind of a weather, but not having a choice makes it very hard. And I suspect it's the same for children, that when you don't have the choice, when you can't exert your choice, if they want to go out, they want to go to the park and they don't have a choice in the matter, like all of us, they're going to find it really, really hard. And one question that you asked was about emotions, and what else did you ask?
Ma'am, basically emotions. I spoke about emotions.
So I think one of the key things to remember over here is that we understand the gravity of the situation, and even then, not all adults understand the gravity of the situation in these times. These are very confusing times. So even within our families, you have some elders or sometimes even our neighbors who we see are behaving in ways that are unpredictable, that we wouldn't have expected. So if it's hard for adults, of course it's going to be hard for children. So I'm going to come back to this issue of choice in a little while when we talk about what can we do. Not having a choice is distressing, so then what can you do about it? So perhaps as we take other questions from you and from the audience, we can talk about what can be done in such a situation.
Extremely well spoken, ma'am. Ma'am, how do parents make children understand the importance of this lockdown period?
It's how to convey what is going on depends on many things. It depends on the age of the child, depends on how they understand language, what is their understanding level in language, and it also depends on their overall ability to understand what's going on around them. So if I were to give you an example, if we were talking to a typically developing 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, and if we had to explain to them what was going on. So for instance, kids at this time want to know, why can't their friend come over? मेरे घर तो हमेशा आर्यन आता है, अभी क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? So in such a situation, if you're talking to a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, it's best to keep your sentences short. It's best to keep your language really simple. Exactly the things that Chandralata would tell you as a speech therapist. Keep your sentences short, use simple words. So what do you tell your 4-year-old then? What you tell your 4-year-old is that right now it's a rule that everyone has to stay in their own homes. They are staying in their own homes to stay healthy. You can stay healthy by staying within your own home. But I know you miss your friend Aryan. You miss playing with him. Can you and I play something together? So again, coming back to my earlier point of choice and providing a child with choice, you did 3 things here. You acknowledged the question that a child was asking. You didn't say, "Abhi tum bahut chote ho, tum nahi samajh sakte." You didn't do that. Second, you answered the question truthfully. You didn't make up some weird story that usko Baba ji pakad ke lekar chale gaye to wo abhi nahi aa sakta. By saying that, you're going to scare the child. So it's best to answer truthfully, but at the same time, what you didn't do was complicate the matter by talking about, "Arey, bahar corona karke bhoot baitha hai, bahar jayenge to corona pakad lega." So you know that you're creating an imaginary person, like a bhoot, to scare the child so that he won't step out. But a child at this age has a very vivid imagination. In fact, we call these years the magic years. So when you say corona karke bhoot bahar baitha hai, lift mein jaoge pakad lega, this child is really thinking कि अरे बाप रे वहाँ पे एक भूत बैठा है, and you may forget about it, but he will continue to have nightmares about it, and later on you may end up unnervingly creating a situation of anxiety कि जहाँ पे लॉकडाउन खत्म भी हो गया है पर बच्चा घर से बाहर नहीं जाना चाह रहा है क्योंकि भूत बैठा हुआ है. So 3 things you did. Number 1, you answered the question. You didn't ignore it or minimize the concern that the child had. And you answered truthfully. But you kept the language simple. You made it very concrete and you said, हाँ सबके घर में रूल है, अभी कोई घर के बाहर नहीं जा सकता. पर ऐसा करने से जो बच्चे का डिसअपॉइंटमेंट है वो चला तो नहीं जाता. तो अब डिसअपॉइंटमेंट के लिए आपने क्या किया? You said, I know this is hard for you. कि आप बाहर नहीं जा सकते, and you gave him a choice. You said, अच्छा आर्यन नहीं आ सकता तो क्या हुआ, हम लोग खेलें, तुम अपना बैट बॉल लेकर आओगे, हम दोनों मिलके खेलते हैं. So I'm just breaking this down like this, but you can use your own words. Your words can be different, but try and make sure that you don't create a character or don't create a situation that is scary for the child as much as possible.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before we go to the next question, I'm just summarizing what you just said. So lovely, you know, I had to say that what you just said, I thought of it, and a friend of mine are talking that Corona is not Gabbar Singh, where bacha sota nahi hai to Gabbar aa jayega. I think we should not scare children with diseases and viruses. These are the 3 points that you really said. As a parent, I love them. Do not lie to a child. Is that what you're saying, ma'am?
I'm saying don't minimize their concern,
okay,
and don't lie, both of them. So I'm being truthful, but I am not giving them details that are beyond their understanding or unnecessary at this stage. So they don't have to know coronavirus China में आया था, China में वहाँ पे भूत बैठा है, China से उड़ के आ गया, or you don't have to make up stories about it, right? So you're limiting the amount of information so that they can understand. You're also being truthful. You're not hiding.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So this is the summary. I'll keep sending it to the participants also. Ma'am, any other questions? Chandalata ma'am, floor is yours.
Thank you so much. This is much appreciated.
रूपा मैम, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि over the day means as in you know initially the period was lot of fun क्योंकि parents घर पे थे, मम्मी डैडी घर पे मिल रहे थे, father was not going for work, तो बच्चे को उतना अटेंशन मिल रहा था, तो इनिशियल पीरियड तो बहुत आराम से गुजर गया, बच्चे भी मजे कर रहे थे, मम्मी नए नए खाने को बना के दे रही थी, बहुत मजा आ रहा था, you know when everything was all happening and it was a go for a kid. पर धीरे धीरे क्या हो रहा है, what we are seeing is that during the day there is always been a bout of a stress or you know गुस्सा हो जाना, any kind of a temper tantrum coming up, और ऐसा क्यों नहीं हुआ, वैसा क्यों नहीं हुआ, ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं. So these kind of bouts of anxiety, stress do come into the child. How can parents manage this small anxiety that could not be very large in origin?
So यहाँ पे सवाल पूछने वाला ये है कि एंजाइटी किसकी है, पेरेंट की है कि बच्चे की है. कि बच्चे के लिए तो 15 दिन पहले भी सिचुएशन वही था, 15 दिन बाद भी वही सिचुएशन है. हमारी एंजाइटी बढ़ रही है अभी कि अरे नंबर पहले 1000 था, अभी 20,000 हो गया है. कल तक हमारे एरिया में किसी को कोरोना नहीं था, आज मेरे बगल वाले बिल्डिंग में किसी को आ गया है. सो एंजाइटी हमारी बढ़ रही है. एंड समटाइम्स ऐसा हो सकता है कि जाने अनजाने में हमारी एंजाइटी जो है बच्चे पे निकल आती है, हमारे चिड़चिड़ होने के जैसे, या हम कभी गुस्सा हो जाते हैं, या जिन चीजों पे पहले हमें मजा आता था अभी हमें अब हमारे पास उन चीजों के लिए पेशेंस नहीं रहा. तो ये एग्जामिन करना जरूरी है कि एंजाइटी किसकी है, बच्चे की है कि आपकी है. तो यदि आपकी एंजाइटी है तो जितना हम बच्चों के बारे में आज बात कर रहे हैं, मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि हम 5 या 10 मिनट ये भी लेंगे मे बी एंड में या मिडिल में, ये जानने के लिए कि आप सब अपने लिए क्या कर रहे हैं. हाउ आर यू कीपिंग योर सेल्फ पॉजिटिव, आप अपना ख्याल कैसे रख रहे हैं. बिकॉज इट कांट बी इजी, स्पेशली फॉर मदर्स, कि पहले तो थोड़ा तो आपको रिस्पाइट मिलता था कि सब लोग ऑफिस जाते थे, स्कूल जाते थे, थोड़ा समय आपको अपने लिए मिलता था. अभी तो शायद 24/7 आपके ऊपर डिमांड्स होते होंगे. तो आई वुड लाइक अस टू रियली टॉक अबाउट दैट एज वेल कि आप अपना ख्याल कैसे रख रहे हो. एंड रही बात बच्चों के गुस्से की, जैसे आप पहले गुस्सा संभालते थे, रूल्स अभी भी वही हैं, रूल्स चेंज नहीं हुए. चेंज क्या हुआ है कि हमारे देखने का नजरिया बदल गया है, हमारा पेशेंस कम हो गया है, हम टायर्ड हो रहे हैं, हमारी एंजाइटी बढ़ रही है. तो यदि कभी भी आपको ऐसा लगे कि आप एंड हम लोग आपके लिए साइंस की बात करेंगे कि कैसे समझ में आएगा कि आप अपना ख्याल बराबर से रख रहे हो कि नहीं, या आपको कुछ एंजाइटी हो रही है क्या. यदि आपको लगता है कि खुद आप पे ऐसा असर हो रहा है, तो मुझे लगता है कि घर वालों से बात करने की जरूरत है कि थोड़ा बहुत आपको दिन में एक आधा घंटा या 10 मिनट भी ऐसा समय होना चाहिए जहाँ पे आप पे डिमांड्स नहीं हो, वो आपके लिए डेडिकेटेड टाइम. तो बच्चों के गुस्से को हैंडल करने का या लड़ाई करने के जो मेथड, लड़ाई हैंडल करने का जो मेथड है पहले जो था वो अभी भी वही है, मेथड कोई चेंज नहीं हुआ है. एंड आई वुड ऑल्सो लाइक टू नो कि आप क्या स्ट्रैटेजीज यूज कर रहे हैं. यदि आप चैट बॉक्स में ये एंटर करना चाहते हो तो मे बी Dawood can
Now
collate.
you can make a note of it so that we can share it.
Absolutely, ma'am.
People can share what are some strategies that you are using to handle the anger in your child. So then once we see what you're already doing, we can add to it and
Perfect,
suggest more strategies.
Right. I'll do that. And since you mentioned about your me time, which is so valuable, ma'am, I just wrote the summary of what you said. That this is wonderful, ma'am. I have a question for you now. What is your me time? So, do doctors and pediatric also have a me time?
Oh, definitely. In fact, आजकल मुझे लगता है कि जो पहले का वर्किंग आवर्स था उससे ज्यादा हो गया है, क्योंकि अभी कोई ऑफिस टाइम्स नहीं रहे जहाँ पे आप 5 o'clock पैकअप करो और निकलो घर के लिए। मेरा आप में से कुछ पेरेंट्स को मालूम होगा, उम्मीद लोअर परेल में है, तो लोअर परेल जाने को 1 घंटा लगता है, आने को 1 घंटा लगता है, तो मेरा दिन बहुत जल्दी स्टार्ट होता है 8:30 को एंड आई फिनिश बाय अराउंड 5। सो आजकल तो वो बाउंड्रीज ही नहीं रहे, तो वो 5 का 6, 6 का 7 बज ही जाता है काम में। पर आफ्टर दैट आई रियली लुक फॉरवर्ड टू ईदर रीडिंग अ बुक और as with everyone, binge on Netflix, watch shows.
Right. So this is good. Let us ask what the doctors watch on Netflix. Grey's Anatomy. So what are you watching, Rupa ma'am?
Grey's Anatomy has had its shelf life. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy anymore.
The Good Doctor by Sean Murphy.
Okay, that's
he's
nice.
He's a high functioning autistic child with an excellent visuospatial anatomical. He can make extremely very well big designs. He actually can imagine the entire body parts and everything. He can go into the cancer. He comes out as a very high functioning, an extremely well brain surgeon from St. Joseph's Hospital, and an extremely series to watch, The Good Doctor.
Awesome.
Somebody raised the hand, but yes, so this is what Chandralata ma'am is watching. What are you watching, Rupa ma'am?
So many things. I think once I latch on to a series, मैं वो पूरा खत्म करके फिर next series पे जाती हूँ. It becomes very addictive.
एक बार commitment कर दिया तो उसमें भी अब नहीं रुकते.
बिल्कुल. So recently, I think some feel-good shows are there which make you feel really nice once you watch them. One such show was Anne with an E.
Okay. Yes.
And it's based on a book called Anne from Green Gables. It's about a little girl who gets adopted into a family. It's a very sweet series. If anyone, I mean, you get transported. You go to another age where, there's no internet, there is no TV. It's wonderful. So that was one of my favorite series because it makes you feel good. Then there are other series which are more dark, so one of them was Mindhunter, gets into the minds of serial killers and how do they think. That doesn't leave you with a good feeling. I mean, it's interesting, but also a little disturbing. I also like serials which look into, crime and which are detective stories. Investigation ones, yes, absolutely.
The good doctors watch difficult series, so they become good and empathetic outside. It's nice. So we got our lessons now. We'll have some more questions. I think some of them wrote about an early morning yoga nap, which is wonderful. And someone actually added, Nisha ma'am added that she's watching the same thing as you both are. So it's good to see. Ma'am, what are the next questions? So,
ma'am, could you list out a certain activities for parents which they can use to utilize this time in a productive manner with their children?
Depends on what we call productive, isn't it? There's been a lot of debate and discussion about it. And maybe we can invite 1 or 2 comments from parents at this stage, if that's okay. कि आपको लॉकडाउन से पहले और अभी में क्या फर्क लग रहा है, जिस तरीके से आप अपने बच्चे के साथ इंटरैक्ट करते हैं उसमें क्या फर्क लग रहा है बिफोर लॉकडाउन एंड नाउ और इन द फर्स्ट कपल ऑफ वीक्स, व्हाट्स डिफरेंट?
Check out Dawood if we can get some responses from
I'm just unmuting everybody, so just take your time and answer.
Unmute one by one.
what I've done is I've given you the permission to unmute yourself. So anyone can unmute themselves and then speak, please. 1 minute. I'll just have to unmute Rupa ma'am. Could you just unmute yourself, whoever wants to speak, and then please go ahead.
There's someone called Asha.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, sir. Please
Hi,
go
Dr.
ahead.
Rupa.
Hi.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my name is Vijay. I'm son of Yuvan. He's
Hi.
5 years old. And what positive that we had taken from this lockdown is Yuvan was not potty trained. Dr. Chandrakant ma'am knows this. And during this lockdown, I mean, without any from our own basic instinct, parental basic instinct, we have started his potty training. And now that he goes to every time whenever he's like going to pee or he just goes to washroom. He doesn't look for any help. He just goes to washroom and does whatever he wants to do. He doesn't do outside of the washroom. He invariably
This
goes to
happened
washroom.
after lockdown.
Yeah, after lockdown, not before.
And what brought about that change? How did this happen?
Yeah, because I was there every time whenever he I was supervising every time. So there was a person always looking after him at every moment. So when I started when removing his diaper, and every time when he wants to urinate, then I used to take him in the midway. Though it was very disturbing for him initially, but later on he realized that I have to do it then inside the washroom only. Okay.
Lovely. So your
somehow,
availability and your consistency in taking him to the washroom every single day has helped.
Yeah. So every time
anyone else? Thank you so much for that. I think that's a great pointer. Would anyone else also like to share
I want a validation onto this.
I would also like to add.
Yes.
Hi.
Now he goes there and does whatever he wants to do. But I want to improve it, because he doesn't communicate. He just goes there. He doesn't see us. He doesn't look for any help.
We'll talk about that as well. Okay. I just wanted to also find out about how has this time changed. I mean, the fact that you're all at home, the fact that you have more time to spend with your children, has that changed the quality of your interaction with the children? Has anything changed in the last 4 weeks?
There are some mothers who wanted to speak. Could you unmute yourself, anyone who was speaking, please?
I think Mrs. Syed wanted to say something, and
unmuted her.
Yeah. Is there anyone speaking, or should I speak?
Yeah, Ruchi ma'am, go ahead.
Are you able to listen to me?
Yeah, it's very clear.
We can listen to you. Carry on.
Yeah. I am Avyukt's mother. Chandralata ma'am knows me well. Actually, since past 4 weeks, what has changed is that before that, I used to get only the morning time, which was in a rush, getting him ready for the school, preparing his tiffin and preparing tiffin for my husband. So it was a huge rush. So I used to get very little time for him to interact, to know what he wants and exactly up to what level he can communicate, and giving him more time what he wants from me and he wants to convey to me. Now I get more time. I adjust my household work according to his time. I'm in no hurry doing my household work. I involve him in doing my household work. So what has happened is his interaction has improved with me a lot, and he has started speaking more of the sentences in English as well as in Hindi. So his communication has increased.
Super.
Wonderful.
Shabana, I involve him in household work. So he gets, what are you doing, mama, now? What are you doing, mama, now? He keeps on asking. So he gets to involve, he gets to know many things.
I can imagine of you.
So we've heard two pointers so far about how this lockdown time has changed. We can take one more probably, and then maybe.
I also want to speak something.
Yes,
this is Shabana here.
Yeah.
I also have a 2-year-old. And as after lockdown, I have stopped receiving diapers. So I have to somehow, stop doing the diaper thing. So I started taking her to washroom every time she wanted to do urine and pass her urine. So, after sometimes, like I was diapering her since birth, and now she is 2-year-old. She on herself stopped doing urinating in a bed, Now, whenever she feels to go to urine, she just go out to toilet. And she is not doing anywhere else. It
Okay.
was one of the
Great.
best changes. She's just 2 year old, and now she knows she need to go to the toilet every time she want to do. No? So it's one
Okay,
of the great
lovely.
things.
So, what I'm hearing from all of you is that the fact that you're not rushed, the fact that आपको
Yes.
कोई जल्दी नहीं है, and you have the time as well as the ability to be consistent with some of the strategies that you had learned earlier is helping you a lot. There is no rush to go for this appointment, go to this school, go for this class. All the learning is happening at home. So I couldn't have said it better than all of you. So I think there are three things to remember during the lockdown period when you're working with your children. One is, what was your relationship like with them before the lockdown and now? Has there something changed in your relationship other than the learning? आपके और आपके बच्चे के बीच में बस एक लर्निंग का ही रिलेशनशिप नहीं है. यू आर योर चाइल्ड्स पेरेंट. कई बार ये जो इतना प्रेशर में हम होते हैं क्योंकि स्कूल बोल रहा है कि ये सिखाना बहुत जरूरी है. आप डॉक्टर के पास गए, डॉक्टर ने बोला अरे ये इस पे क्यों नहीं काम किया आपने. दैट योर एंटायर इंटरेक्शन बिकम्स ओनली अबाउट हाउ डू आई टीच हिम दिस, हाउ डू आई टीच हर दैट, व्हाई इजंट शी लर्निंग दिस येट एट ऑल. जब ये प्रेशर हट जाता है, then you get the opportunity to enjoy them for what they are and who they are, or what they are doing and who they are. So I feel first and foremost, अगर हम इस लॉकडाउन पीरियड को दूसरे नजरिए से देखेंगे, इट्स अ गिफ्ट ऑफ टाइम that you all have got to enjoy your time with your children without the pressure that we all tend to put on you. So that's number one. So don't lose sight of that. It's okay, learning will happen, but your enjoyment, your relationship comes first. The second thing is, of course, कि आपके रोज के रूटीन में there are multiple opportunities. जैसे आपने किचन का बताया, टॉयलेटिंग का बताया. Use those opportunities to teach them fine motor skills, language, asking, etc. The third thing is, take care of yourself. Again, don't lose sight of the fact कि पूरा दिन आप सिखाने में नहीं लगा सकते. अगर ऐसा कोई समय है जहाँ पे मान लीजिए आपका बच्चा एक फेवरेट चीज पे स्टिम कर रहा है या कोई ऐसी चीज कर रहा है जो आपके मन में पॉइंटलेस लग रहा है, पर इट्स ओके, 10 मिनट्स या 15 मिनट्स या हाफ एन आवर वो कर लेगा और आपको उससे ब्रेक मिल रहा है, तो ऐसे आसमान नहीं गिरने वाला है. इट्स फाइन, बिकॉज योर चाइल्ड ऑल्सो नीड्स हिज मी टाइम, where people are not entering his world constantly and saying you're not doing this right, you're not learning this right. Yes. So think about your me time, think about your child's me time, think about our time, how can our time become more pleasurable, and let learning happen more incidentally for the majority of times. So 70 to 80% of the learning can happen in your routine. For the remaining 10 to 20%, I think you are all in touch with your therapist. The goals that you had set out before to do, suppose I heard Mr. Vijay ask about how do I get him to point and indicate for toileting, right? I'm sure this must have been a goal that your OT had set before. Now, given that you're within the confines of home, ask your OT, ask your therapist about how can I work on this skill. But again, this needs to be worked in the context where it is necessary. So if you want to teach your child how to indicate for toileting, it needs to happen in the context where the child has to go to the toilet. So if your child isn't speaking yet, you may want to explore other non-verbal ways of communicating that he wants to go to the toilet. So this is a great time to get him to use a gesture, like using a finger to indicate that he wants to go to the toilet, or using a picture. So those rules remain the same. But all I'm saying is, try and create opportunities for learning these skills in a way that's more natural, that isn't forced upon them, that isn't imposed on them.
I think, ma'am, we also can utilize this time in a lot of storytelling, for the children, some of them, reading to them. We can, for non-verbal children, they can always start with using picture cards, gestures, wherein parents did not have time for this. Actually, repetitively use these gestures, repetitively use these pictures, kind of read to them daily, say stories to them daily. Sit with them on the screen time, show them certain games, certain story things. So this is the time wherein parents can utilize, because there's no pressure. So there's nothing like they can manage
So
their time.
there's
They
no
can,
pressure, provided that this is a pleasurable activity for them and for the child.
yes,
If
yes,
this becomes yet another thing that they have to do कि मुझे इंटरनेट पे निकाल के 15 गेम खेलने हैं क्योंकि सब लोग खेल रहे हैं या मुझसे ये एक्सपेक्ट किया जा रहा है, then the fun is lost in that. So reading again, if your child doesn't like to look at books or read with you, and many children don't, there are other ways to read. It doesn't have to be line by line with a book. And firstly, no alphabets and number books. Keep them aside for another time. Right now is the time where maybe you can even do something like this. Pull out all your family albums. जो birthday वाले हैं, marriage वाले हैं, picnic वाले हैं, pull them all out. And then weave a story around it. Your child will have so much fun because he or she can recognize people in those pictures, and you can talk about what he ate. You can talk about who you're seeing in those pictures. If you're done with albums, you and your child can sit together and draw and make a book of your own. That becomes an activity where both of you are involved, and you can create a book. And use books in such a way where you're singing, you're being really funny, you're acting out, you make a puppet out of an old rag cloth. So when you do these things, the story time becomes more engaging. So again, if you keep the objective as मुझे ये story सिखा के उसको 15 नए words सिखाने हैं, you will lose the fun. They will not have fun with you as well. Whereas if you're reading a storybook just for the sake of reading a storybook so that both of you enjoy the story together, the child will learn in the process. You won't have to try harder to teach them. The learning will automatically happen.
absolutely, ma'am. Very well said. Really some very strong points discussed between us. Ma'am, another thing that I would like to point out is how to manage the screen time with children at this age. Because as you can see, the parents want their me time, the father wants to do some work, the mother is engaged into something. So how to manage this screen time with the kids?
So if you are engaging your child more and more in routine activities, so if you're engaging your child in your kitchen activities, cleaning activities, children love to play with water. If you're letting them be and not worrying about them getting dirty, as long as you stay indoors, you're not going out, you're not under any risk of getting infected. So if you're allowing such opportunities, the children are not going to look out for as much of gadget time. If the child is looking at a gadget, the gadget becomes dangerous when there is no interaction about what the child is seeing. So if you use the gadget as a book and maybe talk about what is happening in that cartoon, what is happening in that animation, and you and the child interact with each other, again, even if the child is sitting with that phone for half an hour or 1 hour, it's okay. It doesn't matter. You need not be worried. So as far as possible, when a child is sitting with a mobile phone, try and see if you can be involved in a back and forth interaction with the child. But as much as possible, if you involve them in day-to-day chores, like कपड़े सुखाए हुए हैं, कपड़े निकाल के रखना, कपड़े fold करना, पोछा लगाना, washing the dishes, or like the others are saying, helping out in cooking. It will reduce the time that is available for watching the internet. And of course, you know more tricks than the child does. So you can have a way of switching on the internet only during certain times in the day. When you're in the kitchen, you don't have the time to watch something, right? So if you talk to your husband, you both come to an agreement, और आपने router बस थोड़े ही समय के लिए दिन में on रखा, and you ration it out, that can also be another way of controlling when your child watches anything.
Absolutely. Again, in the very daily routine, you can ask them to make lemon juice. You can ask them to help out to make a sandwich. You can help us. Yeah, you can absolutely get them to do a lot of work at their level and, work together in so that they could do this jointly work where language interactions can happen, a vocabulary development can happen, a number of things can be done. Another thing which is we're finding, the parents are finding it very difficult is to make them understand washing hands, clean hygiene during this time. How do you think the parents should look into that?
So I wouldn't overdo it. I know that शुरू में first 2 weeks में बहुत bombard हुआ था media में कि every half an hour hand wash करना है, every 20 minutes hand wash करना है. It's not physically possible to do that. All of us have been indoors for 3 weeks now or even more. So अभी बाहर से जो फोमाइट्स का या इन्फेक्शन का ये जो रिस्क है वो कम है. जो भी बाहर जाके आता है भाजी लेके या ग्रोसरीज लेके, definitely that person has to wash hands immediately, go take a shower, wash the clothes separately. Those precautions have to be taken. But if the child is indoors, there is no reason for the child to keep washing his or her hand every half an hour. You can do it before, like how pehle karte the, खाना खाने से पहले करना है, खाना खाने के बाद wash करना है. Every time you use the toilet, you have to wash hands. If you even follow this routine, you're going to end up doing it at least 6-7 times a day, if not more. So that itself is good enough. You don't need to do more than this. And in case it is needed, and I don't know of any child who doesn't like to play with water. On the contrary, you have to work really hard to keep them away from water. In case that is an issue, you can resort to using sanitizers as and when needed. But you don't have to do it every half an hour.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the input coming from you. It's been a great help. Ma'am, again, parents का morning में mother and father का एक proper routine है. Both of them are working, and both of them are busy with the work. During this time, how can the parents engage their children?
How can parents engage
their children? What kind of an arrangement should parents make between them so that they can keep the child engaged when either both of them or either one of us working? What options do you think are available?
I think the same this strategy that we discussed a little while ago. That that if I'm sure even in the morning there is a routine in the sense that one of the parents must be making chai in the morning. One of them must be making breakfast in the morning. So.
Sorry, sir. I'm just trying
so
to
you can always include the child in those routines if the child is interested. If not, then the other parent who is taking a back seat during that time, maybe reading the newspaper or just generally unwinding in the morning, that parent maybe can keep an eye. But again, I'd like to reiterate that it is not important to mind your child and to keep them busy 20 hours or 16 hours a day. It is not humanly possible. Please be kind to yourself. Even if you productively engage the child for 3 to 4 hours or even less, 2 to 3 hours in a day, the rest of the time is spent in routine activities where the child learns naturally. It is good enough. You don't have to kill yourself trying to keep your child busy and productively engaged throughout the day. Just keep a target of 1 hour or 2 hours split over the course of a day. इधर पे 20 मिनट, उधर पे आधा घंटा, इधर पे 10 मिनट, ऐसा करके कर लिया तो बहुत है.
Yes, and जितना हो सके अपने daily routine में करिए, so that it is more like you're not building something, like you don't build up a routine. You don't start doing something different from whatever is in your practice. You simply do things which is during your practice, which is during your work, so that it's more entertaining and more engaging.
Right. I think we'll continue the conversations as I'm enjoying it. I just wanted to add something that this is a very positive group, ma'am, that I've seen. People are actually saying that they've learned potty training their child, and this is what. So I'm just summarizing what you just said in a while about books. I really loved your part there. Every child, now I know why Dr. Rupa is so famous, popular, and lovable pediatric. She's very child-centric. She said, "Bachcho ko padhao mat," especially forcing them to learn. And I think very correctly, ma'am. So make stories engaging, pick up a book story style. So just adding up what you just said, ma'am. Of course, this was the recommendation that Dr. Rupa has, so we all want to watch it now.
Also now that she said about the album thing, that you can take out the old albums, you can
oh yes
the child
yes,
that was a wonderful
right.
suggestion.
Just don't pick up your marriage album, then you will have all regret and all the time. So right. My wife is online, by the way, right? And I think Chandralata ma'am, you have to give award to me and Vijay, the only fathers in the show right now.
Yeah, so engaging.
I hope we do another round and we see more fathers.
I know. Vijay, you are the leading light for all of us now. Right, ma'am. I think you
So
can add on your questions.
let me tell you, he's a very dedicated father. He's constantly behind me. What's happening with my son here? What's happening with my son there? He's constantly talking to me. I really appreciate his effort.
So I have a question for you, Chandralata ma'am. How traumatic it is. So I'll just stop the screening. These are some of the movies that I thought these are ones, I've got friends recommending it. I'm Kalam, Inside Out. So, one of the things, ma'am, I have learned is if you pre-select a movie or a TV show, it's very easy. So you don't have to search. Most of the time, the child is on internet is searching. So if you pre-select it, or if you read a book and then watch a movie, for example, we read a book called Wrinkle in Time. And the kids loved the movie more because they knew the entire story. This is a natural thing. I think that's what little work I know with kids and my own daughters. But ma'am, my question to you now, to Chandralata ma'am, and also to you, Rupa ma'am, is it's a very traumatic time, especially with children and the parents of special children. How do they reach out to someone like you? What happens then? The pressures come in, all these nice things are there. But when a child throws tantrum, the fights happen, the father is maybe online doing business. Have they reached out to you? You've got some panic calls here, both of you, ma'am?
Yes,
Panic calls because children are being disruptive at home.
Yes, and this lockdown has, the stress has come in, the parents. How do you react to it, Dr. Rupa and Dr. Chandralata?
Yeah, I'll let Chandralata take it first.
Ma'am, what I've seen is that I have always tried to tell them to have joint time. So have games like, all four of the family, like both the kids, the father, the mother, all sit together to play sometime. Again, as in the way you treat the children, what I've seen during the years, the way you treat the kids together, how you kind of, get them to bond together, how you kind of help them to play together. So you make them understand how it is needed to have a fun time together as a family, how you need to engage them together. So, and then divide the timing between the screen time. Okay, this is your time, this is your time. And then have them to do something together with the mother, with the father. So then it's like, one of them is fielding, the other one is batting, the other one is bowling. You can have a time like this. You can jointly play Ludo, Snakes and Ladders. You can jointly read a book. You can ask the brother to read the book to the kid brother or kid sister. So these kind of things, activities, we can definitely get them to engage and look positivity between, or produce a physical brawl between the siblings.
Right. And I completely agree with you. And there have been such calls where, parents are saying, especially for younger children with autism, where it's hard to keep them engaged throughout the time, where parents have called out for help and have said that it's becoming really hard to manage. But again, in those situations, also there are other things that are going on in the house that are quite anxiety provoking. In terms of other stresses that are going on at home. So, Daud, to answer your question, I think the fact that not everybody is saying that this is a concern, there are some families for whom this is a concern. It means that also for each of us, the threshold is different, where this starts to become a big challenge or a big problem. So it's also important to look at what else is going on in the family, what's bothering the parents. Is there any way in which we can help them out as well? Because, they were perfectly fine with managing the child a few weeks ago, and now this is getting excruciatingly difficult. So what else is going on that's making it so hard? So I would again put it that it's as much about parents' mental health in these times as it is about managing children. So it's really important to also take care of the parents in these times. And if there is a fixed routine, so for instance, if one of the parents is working and there is a fixed routine that the father every day works or the mother every day works from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening or something like that, during these times, routine is of absolute importance. So if every day there is a fixed time for doing things, like a fixed time for waking up, fixed time for breakfast, fixed time for going to bed in the night, the child will get into a rhythm. So if there is a fixed time for which dad is not available because he's busy with his office work, the child will gradually learn to realize that dad isn't available right now. I have to play with my toys or play with mama or help her out. So it's also the cues that we are able to give. So if our cues are all over the place, that we are getting up at all kinds of different times, and it's very natural, right? For us also now, there are no boundaries. So there is no train to catch in the morning, there is no taxi to catch, so we can sleep at 1 in the morning, wake up at 9 in the morning. If office starts at 9:30, 9 baje uth gaye to bhi chalega, right? So if we don't have any boundaries, we are also conveying a very mixed message to the child. So then if the father, was available till 2 minutes ago and suddenly he's saying, batao mere paas mein, mujhe kaam karna hai, and then the child is also going to get really confused about it. So if there is a fixed routine every day, and if the child starts to see for a fixed period of time, one of my parents is not available because they are doing work, and if you have a door, you keep the door locked for that time and the child doesn't enter, the child will start to gradually get the message.
Wow, so beautifully put. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think it applies to all of us. And yes, sometimes we sit with a suit and a shorts there because there's no one watching us.
Yes.
Cues and fixed routine are good. I have time for one last question. I'll take from Vijay, who sent in. Probably Chandralata ma'am have one more to add to. So, ma'am, there's a question on the screen which says, what to do to stimulate the communication?
I'd just like to point.
Oh yeah, please go ahead, ma'am.
I would like to point out that what ma'am said is to have a routine. It's very, very, very important. Reason being, we are going to go back to our normal routine in some of in a month or 1.5 months. We might go back to our routine, and unless and until we follow the same routine, the child again will have a difficulty in following up or getting back to the older routine. And suddenly, absence of it can also give rise to lot of stress and anxiety or anxiousness in the child. So to avoid that, the best thing is to follow a routine, because it's little difficult to follow a routine all the time. But however, like how we had a Saturday, Sunday off, so that can be taken off as a couple of days here and there is okay. But to follow a routine will really help us in the long run.
Wonderful,
and
yes.
I have found personally what helps me is the fact that other than the fact that everybody in my workplace works for similar hours, they're all available for meetings during that time. I've also kept certain other fixed things in my routine, like at 6 o'clock there is a yoga class. So I have to, sign off from work to be a part of that yoga class. Or dinner is every day at 8:30 or 8. So if you also try and fix some things in your daily life, your routine will automatically follow.
Wow, thank you so much. Ma'am, I'll just take one question where if the child is non-verbal or doesn't understand to verbal cues, how do you communicate to the child? That's a question from Vijay. Is that right? Yeah. Yes. So how do you, maybe that's the one question I have.
Ma'am, yes. You would like to say, or?
I can, but I think a speech therapist being in our midst, we should definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah. What we can, since I know Yuvan and I know his workup, a lot of things they're doing in terms of pictures. They've already done a lot of picture work. I would suggest Vijay to look into having, since I know that Yuvan does a lot of very good picture work, he can start with pointing out to pictures. Whenever he wants something, I had given them a proper planning regarding picture exchange communication system, wherein I had asked them to stick pictures on the refrigerator. I'd asked them to stick pictures on the toilet, so that the pointing thing that he was talking about, pointing to the picture or the toilet picture, so that whenever he wants to go to the toilet, or having one picture around, so that he gets it to him, or he kinds of every time he needs to go, he can ask him to point out, so that it becomes easier. And Yuvan is really good with pictures, so they can definitely use that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chandra ma'am, and I think both of you probably.
Ma'am can also put it.
Yes, ma'am. You want to add something to it before?
No, I think she's explained it. Using pictures will be a great way, and try and use pictures which are as realistic as possible, so that the child can relate to it. Because you're just starting with it now, and once a child gets familiar, you can transition to pictures which are more representation. You can even draw a stick figure and explain, but to start with a realistic picture may be useful.
Fantastic. As ma'am says, routines and discipline is very important. So we will stick to our time zone. Yes, your kids are waiting for you, and that's what we're doing all for. But thank you so much, everybody, especially Dr. Rupa. You've been amazing. Some of the answers were so enlightening, ma'am. Really, your perspective is very clear, very easy to understand. As a father, I'm thanking you, and I think on behalf of everybody at Aakar and all the participants here, ma'am, thank you so much. Dr. Chandra, I think you are the one who helped us organize everything, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think you are the Aakar. So, why don't you all end up with your final words, both of you, please, ma'am?
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. I really appreciate this, you coming on the platform, giving us so much of your time and enriching us with your experiences and your input. We are really, really extremely thankful to you, the entire team from Aakar, the entire parents from Aakar. We really look forward to having another session with you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandralata. I think this is a brilliant idea. My only request would be that if we have another round of the Ask Me Anything, as we call it, I would love to interact more with parents and also to have them ask some of the questions.
Yes, yes.
And perhaps we can do that soon.
Time constraints.
We can do
Definitely.
that soon.
Yeah, we can do that.
And thank you so much, Daud, for your tech support. I think you really crystallized my messages even better than how I articulated them. So thank you so much.
We must thank you, sir. Thank you, Daud. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. The recording will be available on the Facebook and the YouTube channel of this, and your questions can come in. Hopefully, we'll rope in Dr. Rupa again, perhaps a week or two later. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.